Well, it's certainly gotten a lot quieter here in the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. We have air raid sirens a couple of times during the day, but by and large, it certainly is a lot less than what we've been seeing this past week and even the past couple of days. And the Ukrainians are essentially saying that the Russians are leaving the districts around Kiev, are retreating. The Russians, of course, claim that this was always part of their plan and that they're just pulling back right now. What we're seeing now as the Russians are moving out is that they certainly have taken some serious losses. I was out in some of these districts around Kiev, and we saw a lot of tank carcasses, destroyed armored vehicles, and then just also positions that were abandoned by the Russians as they moved out of here. The other thing, unfortunately, that we're also finding is that there are still a lot of dead bodies that have yet to be recovered. In fact, there was some video that came out of a district called Butcha, which is just to the northwest of Kiev, where the streets just seem to be lined with corpses. The Ukrainians now say they're obviously going to try and bring some of them away and clean that whole area up. The Ukrainians, for their part, are saying that this is definitely not the end. They say they believe that the Russian forces were beaten as they tried to invade the capital Kiev and are now essentially trying to regroup. In fact, Ukrainian officials say they believe that attacks will intensify, especially in the southeast of the country, and it's certainly something that they're bracing for.
General, what should we be reading into U.S. intelligence that's telling us that Russia is shifting its focus to having this victory in early May? If Russia takes control of parts of Ukraine, would Putin just stop there? Wouldn't he want more?
Oh, the goal's not any different. He published what he wanted back in December. He wants Ukraine. He wants the Baltic states. He wants control over Eastern Europe. He wants to shatter NATO, and he wants the United States out. This is for all the marbles. All he's trying to do right now is stall. He'd like to stall Western reinforcement of Ukraine. He'd like to have us emotionally, morally disarmed to think that's all he wants, but it isn't. So he wants to disrupt the international system. And with him is China in this. China's on the sidelines, maybe, but rooting for him. China's looking at Taiwan. China wants to assert itself. So China and Russia have teamed up on this. Ukraine is just the current battlefield. But if the Ukrainians defeat Russia on this battlefield, everything changes. So the best way to protect NATO, the best way to protect the international system is to give Ukraine the assistance it says it needs and let them handle Russia on this battlefield.